Alright, man, I have a windshield, but I got a plan. I'm gonna drive like this all the way home.
Yes!
It's either this or the Cylon. I can't see very well out of that one.
No, that's perfect.
Is it perfect? Okay. Let's go. I'm driving home. Hey everybody, welcome back to Antonio walking right in front of me. Welcome back to BZ Builds. Today we're just tying up some loose ends on the car. We are almost ready to run and drive it. Just some gremlins we're chasing down, get the passenger door put back together. Hopefully we can make some really good progress today. Thanks for sticking around. Steve working on tracking down wiring. I know how much fun that is. And then Antonio, I got for the leak, oil leak on that side. Got your valve cover gasket to seal. The tube on the back of the head that was leaking is supposed to just be an O-ring that we grabbed from stock. Okay. And then I got these delightful marker lights. Just this orange plastic for the price of $272 a piece wholesale. Man. Hey, Jesus.
I could have fabricated that.
Yeah, stupid. Steve suggested we rent one of these off Turo. Pull the markers out, take it back.
I like it.
Alright, let's do this. Alright.
Thank you, Steve. Hey, no problem. I tell you about the time I went to the Northwest Auto Show and I found the nicest Jag that they had on the floor. This is a long time ago when like the XJR was new. I was really sick. I was about to just throw up all over the engine bay. Because I was really sick and I couldn't make it to the bathroom, and so I was just like, well, I don't want to go in the middle of the showroom floor while these people walking around. So I looked, there's a Jag. I like just leaned over it like this. Literally, I just leaned over it and I was like, oh, here it goes. Figure if I'm going here, I'm definitely not going on the Civic, you know. And I like leaned over the engine. I literally like looked at it. I was waiting, dude, and like, I hadn't had any Pepto-Bismol yet, but like there's this feeling you get when you're about to barf.
Yeah.
And then it like subsides. So I was like, it wasn't coming. Like I was like, well, maybe this is a good thing. I'd probably get kicked out, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be a big bill. But every time I see a nice engine bay, I think about that Jag.
You should have.
His life was spared that day.
Jaguar.
Oh man. Probably would have ran better.
We had no power there or no ground. I don't remember which one.
Oh, we can check real quick. I don't fully remember. I remember moving the stud, that power stud,
Yep.
made all the difference as far as power to get the starter
Okay.
and alternator. So like I didn't go back and check that.
Okay.
But I think it's connected to that. So if it's where it is now, it should have. No, because I literally had every single pin out. So what I'm thinking really happened, like what could have happened, is that pin should have been in spot 6. It was actually in spot 7.
Okay.
And that's what's causing all the issues.
Makes
I just want to confirm that that's good. And if that's good, then we'll find those. Because that's definitely because it's like there's so many weird ground spots on the
Yeah.
car.
And we definitely just kind of.
We found what looked like we found ground spots and just put them there. So if
Yeah.
it's something different, I definitely will go there. That's going to be, the manual should have those positions, so we
Yeah.
can find the positions in the manual. But we'll start with this.
Okay.
All right, so we'll grab this wheel, get this wheel. We have this now.
Do you know why we have this now?
Because Jason got it off the truck?
Wrong. Because satellites. These were invented for satellites in orbit, working on.
Oh, in space.
Yep.
Oh, I got you. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh,
They were made available to us because of that.
because they didn't have a rocket ship with enough American horsepower to put air compressor up there. That's the problem.
Their extension cords kept floating off.
Yes. Couldn't get enough air in space. That's the problem.
Next, we're gonna have vacuum powered. I guess technically that's kind of what it is, right?
I'm gonna.
That's what. How we're gonna travel now.
I'm gonna
Vacuum
travel.
powered.
We're gonna travel.
We're gonna suck ourselves to our destination.
Actually, actually not a bad idea.
You know what I mean?
If we could create enough gravity and distort time, I think that could actually work.
Well,
If
those
it all
are hand
worked
in
for
hand,
us-
aren't they? Gravity and time distortion.
That's what I'm saying. If we can manipulate gravity enough, I think we can travel faster in the same amount of time, for lack of a better description. It's up to you, Elon. We're waiting on you.
Waiting. Someone. Or tar.
I don't know.
How?
I think that was
been outside.
that was when we rolled it back.
Oh.
There. That's why. Secretly, what's really been happening is when Jason's here, we make the car undrivable. But when he's not here, we beat around on it in town. And then we bring it back. I just forgot to clean this off. Sorry.
Thanks.
We're supposed to sing.
Yeah.
I really just want to get the car drivable and shaken down and get the bugs worked out before I get into worrying about that shit. So Steve, make a run.
That's right. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, what height do you want it at? Here, up, down.
At this point, it's your comfortability. I'll be on the door.
All right. If this height works for you, it works for me.
Work for me then.
All right. I'm gonna disconnect the battery and then I'm gonna pull the ECU out. And
Okay.
O'Reilly's had that sensor installed.
You know what we found out? If we punched in the Ford part number, it comes up as a Ford fuel pressure injection sensor. So I was looking for a Volvo number, and this just happens to be the Ford part.
Why got a Bosch one?
Oh, hey, whatever works. As long as it, oh, it looks like it just walked through the door.
It did.
Like magic sauce.
It's got the rod
Yeah.
versus just the whole.
You need eyelets on both ends?
No, I need. So eyelets on both ends for the rear.
Okay.
And the rod for the front.
Okay. Oh, we'll get that straightened out. Here's a new one, Steve.
Perfection. Look at that.
You said you already got the other two tight?
One is tight. The other one, I don't remember its end because we were just having it here sit up there for two. So the third one is probably going to be on the
Alright, I'm missing that one. Jason's just having a blast up there, laughing at us. Did you replace the key sleeve?
The key sleeve.
Did you replace it?
Yep, you got one. It didn't need to be coated. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's something inside of it fell apart too when it came out.
Yeah, what was it?
I don't remember. It was something there. But yeah, we put a new one in, and it should now freely go in and go out. And you still got to push it all the way in to start and all that stuff. But like, it doesn't seem to get stuck anymore. But I'm still heavily attached to the rope.
Yeah, I like it. That was great ingenuity by Antonio.
It was.
You happen to know where that bolt might be? That particular sub bolt?
Yeah, it's on the shelf.
I hate you. There she is. I've got the third one. Trying to figure out which one's my good hand now. You gonna hand me that flashlight, please? Thank you, good sir. Those moments you want to just tear the whole thing off, just so you can do it right. This door has to be in line anyhow, right? You want to just take the door off?
Why?
You know why?
I don't know why.
Because I'm
I
pretty
don't know why.
sure.
I don't. I don't.
I mean, we're secure. We're secure men. Okay. No,
Is it not,
no, I mean, they. Now I've got 2 spun out.
and that's, okay,
I have 1 securing and 2 spun out.
okay, if you can spin it out, we might be able, there might be some paint in there, we might be able to remove a portion of the threads on the bolt where it will actually hold the mirror tight.
I had that moment of I shouldn't stop, because if I do, and I did, and that's where it stayed.
Okay, listen, we all have this one.
No.
If it's easier to get in there with the door off, then probably. But the problem is that it's like,
I don't know. I'm sure there's a
lot of problems here and conundrums once we take this off.
yeah, it's gonna be.
But either way, I have to
Is there any way to access
hold. Please hold. Damn it, this isn't the door. I want that one aligned. Because this one's perfect.
Yeah.
So we're not moving it.
Yeah.
We're not taking it off.
That's right.
Okay.
Having that realization, I don't have the patience right now to deal with this. So we're gonna move on to a different project.
Glue the mirror caps, I guess?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not strong enough. I got defeated by a caulking tube.
Big boys.
These don't have any clips, these glue on, snug. So I think what we should do is use that urethane across the top here, top surface there. And then, I'm not sure about putting it down here, maybe just a little bit down here, maybe smear it with a rubber glove, because I don't want it to kind of smash out. And I think that'll be the most secure. So we don't put anything down here, with the wind, it'll cause it to lift.
Still clear for now.
Just leave it there, let it set up, that'll be good.
Okay.
That'll do it. Those are on.
So, you seem like fucking but you're not. This here's a door harness. Watch, the connector I need is right under the tire.
we have a typo here. We have information that does not match. Out of the same book, they don't even match. IAT signal is 636.13, and on here the IAC signal is 634.12. It has typos. It has typos. It has typos. The service information is not matching. It says that there are signals in the same wires in 2 different connectors for one sensor. It's always nice to find that information doesn't match on a very technical job that can take a long time to do and redo and do again and again. One of the diagrams in the same book is proven to match up to what I have so far.
Yeah. We'll just re-ring it, put some new wheels on it.
I think that
Solid.
they misinterpret the concept of barn find.
You found a junkyard for this?
What?
Have you found a junkyard for this?
What are you talking, what do you mean? That's
I wanna go, I gotta go find parts.
What do you mean you gotta go find parts? What is that?
This is the connector for the side marker. I saved one. I can't find the other one.
Did you try the harness that's outside?
Yeah, it's not on it. It's the one that was ripped off.
I can order one from Connector Experts, or I can see if O'Reilly's just has a book of connectors, because this light bulb number, the style connector is going to be
Portion.
Oh, it's going to be kind of universal, I think. I bet we can probably get it from O'Reilly's. Let me text Dave and make a call here.
Okay.
Man, how's your search into the wiring, deep dive into that wiring harness going?
Well, so far with the right diagrams that are just more, it's just, I'm not finding any problems, so far, so I'm thinking it's going to end up being just a guess until I finish this. I won't know. It could be a pin on this one, but if this turns out good, we're going to check the grounds to make sure they're connected and the powers to the ECU. If it's not, it's got to be the ECU. Like there's nothing else that can cause that problem at this point, because it only happens when the ECU is powered off.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to it. If you look at just this top part up, that's just a 195 bulb pigtail.
Mm-hmm.
I could just get that and put it in and turn it, and it would function exactly the same.
Okay.
So let's give you trouble on the window.
I think paint got in the threads. We went in easy all the way to this point on both of these.
Okay.
And then the nut spun out.
Okay.
So,
All the nuts spun out?
no, just two. We've got one securing it.
Okay. So if you are able to take that bolt out, I would take a thread chaser
Okay.
and run it down through while holding on to the nut,
Okay.
and then clean the threads out that way.
Sounds good.
What style of ice crystal do you need?
I need needle nose.
Needle nose. Okay. You know how to work them?
I know how to work it.
Just everything up to this point has been such big gains, you know.
Yeah.
Getting the body separated from the chassis or the motor and putting the new body on. You know, each panel, everything was a big noticeable step. And right now where we're at in the process, it just feels slow and tedious. And it's so close but so far away from running at the same time. All right, so let's talk about parts, guys, for a minute.
Let's.
I sent him a picture of the holder for the 193 bulb. I sent him a picture of the socket. We need another socket. This is what they sent me. Does any of these look like this? Remotely?
No.
No. I mean, Jesus Christ. There's no way that's going to work. And I'm not, this is an Aston Martin. This is not a Ford truck. I'm not gonna just cut it up. These idiots. Idiots. I'm just gonna have to go to the parts store and find something myself. So dumb. When you hear Steve mumbling to himself and making interesting sounds, like he found something, it's usually a good sign. But I don't disturb him because it means he's on to something. So while Steve's in the shop, I'm going to try not to disturb him. If you can visualize this wiring harness, the way it's cut right now, and multiply this by about 4 times, all in one big bundle. That's what happened to the front corner where the PCM was. Steve had gone through and repaired the wiring long before we started the YouTube series. Now the issue we're having with the grounding of the computer, he's going back through every single wire, making sure not only everything has a good connection, but it's connected right where it's supposed to be, that none of the wires are crossed, because some of them are close in color. And then he's going back through those, so you can get an idea how tedious it is and why I don't want to bother him. But this is just the reality of it, and it sucks, and it's a pain in the ass, and it's frustrating. But I mean, it's just stuff you got to go through when you're doing this. So this window was involved in the accident. Quite honestly, I can't believe it didn't break. But it did take a few scrapes on the outside, and it's an extremely expensive piece of glass. So what I'm doing for now is just putting it in the car. We will go back, just like some of the other parts like the engine underguards and stuff, we will go back and change it out with a new one, but we're really at a point that we have to get this car running and driving now before I do things like put a window in it. Because if I have to prioritize. If I end up needing a $1,300, $1,800 computer, I already need a $3,000 windshield. Stuff like this that we can go back and change can wait. Just like the headlights, we can go back. They're easy to pop out and get them done. So just trying to do it in the most efficient way possible. And I know these guys really want to drive this car too. Like really bad. Really bad? Really bad.
I wake up in the middle of the night, grabbing the shifter.
You mean pushing the button?
Yeah. Driving through gears.
Do you need my assistance in this?
Probably. Down.
Please hold. All right, come down with me.
Baby ratchet. Yep. Baby ratchet do 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 do. Baby ratchet do 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 do.
Oh, interesting.
Before we attempt to roll it up, we should put this outer molding on so
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
what-
scratch on the metal. So fresh and so clean. So I know on the video it only seems like a few minutes, but the wiring Steve's been working on, we've actually been here since 8:30 this morning. It's now 1:15 in the afternoon. He has sat on this stool and gone wire by wire all this time, checking connections, checking continuity. I mean, these diagrams he has, even with glasses, I mean, I can't read that. So the patience that he has working with all this is amazing. Of course, now he's got his test light out, so
I just want to check for a couple of powers and grounds.
well, let's hope for a ground. Let's not hope for a computer, because not only did I buy this computer, I had an Aston Martin technician come out here and program it, which I paid for. I sent it to YTech, and I paid $250 to have them put it on a bench and tell me that it worked. So, but Steve has done his diligence through absolutely everything here, and all signs so far are pointing towards this PCM if it's not a bad ground, which sucks. I mean, at this point, what's another $1,000, right? I mean, it's just, it's money. That's all, right?
Just money.
It's money.
No. No.
Right. Oh, those are all looking pretty juicy. I think I got one more ground to check, and let me tell you. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh! I can't see. If it can flow current, it means you got a good ground.
All right, so pretty much definitive that it's a PCM.
I can't think of anything else that would cause this problem.
Let's do this for shits and giggles. Plug the computer back in. Put the sensor on it. Prove me wrong that it's not the sensor.
Oh, I would love to be completely wrong.
And then I'll start looking for computers and convince it to come out again and program it. Or YTech said that they could clone it, right? I think he
We
said
probably don't want to clone anything from this, but I'm sure that they could probably initialize the keys to it, any kind of pad system thing. And
right the bin.
yeah, and that's only if we can't do it, because there was an Aston Martin update on the scan system recently.
Was there really?
There was an update to the software. It doesn't tell us what it is. It just says update the software. And so it fixes things, and it, sometimes it opens up new possibilities. So it might be something that we could do. as quickly as possible. When the car starts, just put it off. Crank it again.
We don't want it to run. Well, that sucked. But you know, there are days like today that are just tedious, and it happens. This is just the reality of car building. When you're repairing something that's wrecked, sometimes things don't always go as planned. But you know what? There's another day. We'll keep on moving forward. We will get this figured out, just not today. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Sponsor and donate, please.